not making any referrals, criminal referrals to county prosecutors in any of these cases?
What was the last part? County prosecutors, or?
Are you making any referrals to county prosecutors for any of the school districts that are named today?
We're not making any referrals today other than to the Inspector General's office of the U.S. at DOE.
Sir?
Yeah, back to the urban question. I'm going to have to go back to that. I mean, the majority of the 9 districts are in the Big 8. The Big 8 itself is a tiny minority of the 600+ school districts. The 5 districts here are themselves a greater majority of the Big 8 itself, 5 out of 8, 5 out of 9. I mean, it seems to me there's clearly a pattern there. So without getting into like conjecture, some sort of anecdote, when you look at the data, and this may go to the gentleman from OSU, perhaps the question is there an incentive in certain districts with certain populations and certain sort of margin in terms of their scores that make it more tempting for them to doctor scores to be continuous improvement as opposed to your awful. So I mean, that may seem like a geeky question, but we have readers who care about this issue of like, what is it about our current rating system and the populations that urban districts deal with that would motivate them to do this kind of thing, because there's clearly a pattern there.
Well, I think that there are multiple incentives that potentially could come into play here, and they don't just reside in large urban areas. And I want to point out again that we have large urban areas that did not turn out as scrubbers. It's kind of like the crime and poverty question that you hear debated so much. Plenty of people in poverty never commit a crime. The causal relationship is not necessarily there. That being said, obviously dollars flow based in part on the achievement scores. If you are raising the averages by getting rid of low scores, that potentially is a motivation. In addition, there may be a motivation in some places to stay out of academic watch. One of the remedies in certain circumstances for multiple years in academic watch would be a state supervisory commission, such as occurred in Youngstown. And I'm not saying that either of those or any other possible motivation applied in any particular school district. I'm answering your theoretical question.
And in the same way that the gentleman from OSU, not